In the history of Philippine cinema, many actors have held a gun, but only one man turned a caliber into a philosophy. We aren't talking about just any weapon. We're talking about the .45. Released in 1991, Batas ng .45 wasn't just another action flick. It was a career-defining moment for Fernando Poe Jr., or the King. At a time when the industry was shifting, FPJ stood his ground, proving that a hero with a strong moral compass and a very fast trigger finger was exactly what the people wanted. Today, we are going deep into the trenches of this masterpiece. We're looking at the star-studded cast, the massive box office earnings, the secret sauce of FPJ's directing style, and the behind-the-scenes stories that cemented this film as a permanent piece of Pinoy pop culture. The summary: Justice Beyond the Badge. The story follows Captain Ricardo Socorro, played by FPJ. He is a dedicated, straight-shooting police officer who believes in the system until the system fails him. The plot kicks into high gear when Socorro is framed for a crime he didn't commit, a classic setup by corrupt forces within the government and the underworld. After being dismissed from the force, Socorro doesn't just disappear. He realizes that when the law of the land is broken, only the Batas ng .45 remains. What makes the summary of this movie unique is the pacing. Unlike modern action movies that are 100% explosions, Batas ng .45 takes its time. It shows Socorro's relationship with his community and his family, but when the action hits, it hits hard. The final act is a masterclass in one-man army storytelling, as Socorro systematically dismantles a criminal syndicate to clear his name. It's a story of redemption, honor, and the heavy price of justice. The cast, a gathering of legends. You can't have an FPJ epic without a powerhouse cast. This movie featured some of the biggest names of the 90s. Fernando Poe Jr., Ricardo Socorro. This was FPJ at his peak. He didn't just play a cop, he played an ideal. His performance is quiet, stoic, and incredibly physical. Timmy Cruz, playing the female lead, she brought a layer of emotional depth and grace to a very masculine, grit-heavy film. Paquito Diaz. It wouldn't be an FPJ movie without the greatest villain in Philippine history. Paquito's chemistry with FPJ was legendary. He was the man everyone loved to hate, and his presence made the stakes feel real. Charlie Davo and R.R. Herrera. These supporting roles filled out a world that felt lived in and dangerous. The chemistry between the contrabida, the villains, and the bida, the hero, in this film is taught in film schools today as the perfect example of action synergy. Behind the scenes, directed by Ronwaldo Reyes. Here is a "Did You Know" for the true fans. Batas ng .45 was directed by Ronwaldo Reyes. If that name sounds familiar, it's because it's the director's pseudonym
for Fernando Poe Jr. himself. The FPJ direction. As a director, FPJ was known for his slow burn style. He insisted on long takes during conversations to build tension, followed by rapid-fire editing during gunfights. The gun sounds. Listen closely to the movie. The sound of the .45 firing is boosted. FPJ wanted the audience to feel the power of the weapon in the cinema. He worked closely with the sound engineers to make sure every shot sounded like a cannon. The no-double policy. Even in 1991, at 52 years old, FPJ performed the majority of his own stunts. He believed that the audience could tell when a stunt double was used, and he didn't want to cheat his fans. The wardrobe. The iconic leather jackets and denim looks were often FPJ's personal choices. He knew his brand better than anyone else. He was creating the modern cowboy look for the Philippines. How did it perform? In 1991, the Philippine film industry was thriving, and Batas ng .45 was the gold standard. Box office. While exact peso figures from the early 90s are hard to track due to the blockbuster reporting style of the time, Batas ng .45 is recorded as one of the highest-grossing films of the year. It played in packed cinemas for weeks, often with lines stretching around the block in Manila. Ratings. Among critics today, the movie holds a high cult classic status. On platforms like Letterboxd and IMDb, it is praised for its technical execution and the iconic final showdown. The legacy. It wasn't just a movie, it was a brand. The title, Batas ng .45, became a common slang term in the Philippines for street justice. The movie was a heavy hitter during the award season. Famous awards. The film received multiple nominations, specifically for Best Actor and Best Action Movie. FPJ's dual role as actor and director as Ronwaldo Reyes earned him massive respect from the Filipino Academy of Movie Arts and Sciences, the FAP Awards. It also scored wins in technical categories like Best Sound and Best Editing, proving it wasn't just a mass-market production, but a high-quality production. But the real award was its impact on the Filipino people. FPJ's character in Batas ng .45 represented the little guy fighting back against a corrupt system. It resonated so deeply that it fueled the public's love for FPJ, which eventually led to his historical run for the presidency years later. Batas ng .45 is more than just a movie about a gun. It's a movie about the weight of responsibility. It reminds us that while laws can be written on paper, true justice is written in the heart of a man who refuses to back down. Whether you're a long-time Duck King fan or a new viewer discovering Pinoy action for the first time, this film is essential viewing. It is the blueprint for the Filipino action hero, silent, deadly, and always on the side of the oppressed. What is your favorite FPJ movie? Is it Batas ng .45 or does Panday take the top spot? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.